Sorry.
Yeah. So I was saying I like
You're noticing, which is
yeah.
always a good thing. So please describe.
Yeah, and by noticing is I like cataloging it, so it's nice to record it, so I can always go back, or maybe someone can actually look at them. But anyway, so you mentioned a lot the thumb and how it how it sits there, and this whole concept of like where the actual fulcrum kind of sits, right? Is it here? Is it kind of in the middle? Is it more in the back and whatnot? And so few observations, right? The first is the way your other fingers are. So if they are more like this or if they are more like this does have an impact though, right? I feel that if my fingers are not like here, which is still not touching the stick, but more like in line with it, and if they're more a bit like I have more tendency of pinching with the thumb than versus just using the fat bit of the thumb. So it's an interesting observation, right? The second observation is I feel that every time that I'm like pinching here instead of like doing this, so if I'm doing more of this instead of this, naturally, like kind of like, how can I show this? Naturally, kind of like the grip closes. So instead of like doing this, right? So quite open grip here, right? If I use this, look at how the gap changes.
Make sure you're in the center of the screen, or after the fact, we might not see it. I'm not sure, but it always helps to be in the center of the screen.
See if I can show. Okay. So I was saying, if I'm like with the fat part of the finger, right, the stick lies quite relaxed and the gap is quite wide. See, the minute I start pinching, this gap closes a bit, right, and then I feel I'm less relaxed here, and somewhat like the grip and the fulcrum moves way more towards the first two fingers instead of kind of in the middle. So the reliance on the back finger changes, right? So yeah, so I've just been paying quite a lot to these things too.
Well, that's really good. The best way to get it. Well, you can either see it. What did Martina say? See it, feel it, or hear it, right? We have one or all three of those options. And so it's right when it's working, right? And so I get it, intellectualizing, because I really have done a lot of that. But for me to start to feel it, I had to actually feel it. Right now, it's true. Accompanying that is seeing, right, and hearing. And it's not as easy as you think. Spend years not really connected to what it is you're doing. So why don't you get a position, right? See, there's 7 rebounds. Now I'm paying more attention to my back fingers. They're a little different than really holding them off, which is, I think, really what is part of the confusion. So one of the ways you can get it, and I won't name teachers, but there was a teacher that had me completely take my other fingers off, right? And I, at the time, was playing really loud gigs with this band called Tapestry. I was playing big rooms, and there were horns and percussionists, and there I am trying to figure out how to do this, right? And so I found myself really squeezing with the middle finger, and hurting myself. Wilson would say, well, then I went to Dick and he said, well, he didn't make a big deal about that. But as Martinez points out, when Dick would go into crescendo rolls, arm to shoulder, he'd be holding just with the 3 fingers. Amazing, right? Really narrow fulcrum. And so it really does come from that. Now, so there's this 3-finger thing. Go ahead and just do this. And I'll just take you through this because this is a really it is a big deal, right? So if you're in this position, you'll notice that the way we're holding the stick, we should be holding the stick, is that the thumb is sending energy somewhere in between those 2 fingers, the first finger and the middle finger, right? We're not holding the stick in this position by grabbing with the middle finger. So the middle finger is on the stick, it has a position, see? It's that 3-finger grip, and the, pardon me, the thumb is sending energy across so that we're not lifting from underneath or pulling from underneath. The thumb has to send the energy across. What does that remind you of? We don't clump, now it can't swing. The gig is that we're sending energy across from the thumb, middle of the thumb, the flat of the thumb, as Dick Wilson would say, towards, yeah, you see? There, it's already better. Your concept has changed. Now, this is Martinez stuff, you know? It's really interesting because Dick Wilson wouldn't really change his words that much. But, you know, there are different ways to ding a buzzard. Okay. All right, so stay with me now. So we're in this position, and we're sending the energy across so that the stick feels like it could do that. Now, as we lower the stick, with the energy being sent across, now you really feel it in the middle finger, don't you? You don't have to pull up. You can really feel it in the middle finger. Okay? So we're coming down. We're sending energy across. We're not pulling. Oh boy, I feel it in that. Now it's really laying in that middle finger. Go ahead and experience the difference. Come on now. Fourth and fifth are just hanging out. We're focused on that the thumb sending energy. Feel the stick fall into the middle, right about here. It touches the palm. We've talked about this. And you can really feel it fall into the middle finger. And you have that feeling of the weight of the stick in the middle finger, right? You don't need to pull up to feel that. That's it. Now, so the first thing you want to do is learn to feel that 3-finger construct and just see if you can get all we have to do is hold on to this 3-finger grip and allow this to rebound. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 7, but 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then look. Now it feels uncomfortable to holding your fingers away like this, but can you do this? Now you're proving that it's a 3-finger grip. There you go. You're successful. Now, so that's really cool. Well, Dick would say, how would he say it? I want to be careful because I might be misquoting him. But he would definitely talk about, maybe he would talk about, well, first you need to feel the fulcrum laying in the middle finger, or maybe he would say, could go either way. Pardon me. Maybe he would say you want to feel the 3-finger grip, and then right, and then you want to build a grip. You have this, right? Now the gig is that we can now take the ring finger, the 4th finger, and as long as it's just feeling, as long as it doesn't disturb this, that's what it feels to me. It's alongside. Now, just like the middle finger doesn't pull, you just feel the weight. As long as you're feeling that, we certainly don't want to put the ring finger, the 4th or the 5th, under the stick and start pulling with them. Once I finally figured out how not to pull with the middle finger. So they're along, it feels like, and it might not look like it, but they feel like they're alongside of the stick.
Yep.
Right? And then you get that kind of a certain look. It reminds me of what I saw when I first started studying with Dick. Right? So first we need to get it to, and then look. Now I'm putting the 4th alongside of the stick. See, it's changed the way it looks a little. 5th is alongside too. And that's where I maybe that almost feels like, I made this up, almost feels like a 6th finger, whatever that means. But it just really feels like it's working with its perfect little machine. You don't need to throw your fingers open. Just do this again. Just feel. There will be time to speak. Now take your other fingers off to prove that you really have a 3-finger grip. And so now I'm putting on, I'm letting the 4th rub, it's kind of rubbing through here, it feels like. This doesn't go underneath and do any pulling. It never pulls. Though maybe some of this, you know how the hand works dramatically, but this will mess you up. You don't need to worry about that. If you can get it to bounce with the 3-finger grip, it means that things are working. And then if you can let the 4th relax and come alongside of the stick, then you'll start to feel what I'm talking about.
But it's such an interesting concept that, you said something quite important, which is when you're at this position, you have to be careful at this stage that you're not doing this, that you're not applying pressure on the middle finger, right? It's just there sitting next to the stick, but not applying pressure, which is a very important bit.
Good. As you lower it, it changes.
Yeah, then you don't even need to apply pressure because the actual gravity is applying pressure from the stick against your palm, right?
Well, I feel the weight of this. I don't know what's happening. I'm not a mechanical engineer, right? I have dissected bodies like Da Vinci, but I can tell you, see, that's not bad.
It's just for me, what is hard for me, Kevin, is when I'm obviously playing high intensity gigs, right? Is always to keep this balance between having a firm grip, but not too firm, but not too loose, right? Like this last gig, 2 of my sticks flew away whilst I was, which is fine, you recover, that's okay. And that I think is a bit that I haven't haven't yet got exactly the right feeling for it.
Once again, that's the pressure.
Yeah.
That's it. See, it's bouncing.
The other thing I also found, out was I was like doing singles, is that clearly when I start increasing the speed, not even by a lot, I start moving from just the wrist to a little, just tiny bit of the arm too, right? Which then gets me to have an inconsistent single stroke, right? So now I'm just being very conscious about just using my wrists alone, you know?
Well, let's see. Now you've taken it in another direction, but I'll travel there with you. So if we have, let's see. So if we are getting this, watch, didn't go away. I can feel the potential of that there. I know that if I want it to bounce, it will. That tells you, it hands to you what it is you're asking for. See, instead of fighting that intellectually,
yeah,
feel it right now. First, play multiple rebounds. Now notice what you're doing. You're nonchalantly, watch, Raph. You're just nonchalantly turning up and back down, turning your wrist. You're focused on this construct. Now, I'll add one more thing. This is where it gets interesting. Mediation.
Yes, please do it.
Well, it's so subtle. The first place I feel it land is in the middle finger. Now, is that the fulcrum? And then Carlos said, well, the fulcrum's somewhere in between. I can tell you what you don't want. You don't want to end up doing this. See, it's up front.
Exactly.
And look, I'm doing this. What you want to do is come down flat.
Yeah, and I had the tendency of doing that in the past, right?
So now concentrate. Yeah, don't do that. We're just coming down flat. We're landing. First point of contact is the middle finger, then it rolls forward right away. It's so subtle. That's what Dick Wilson would say. Yeah, it's so subtle. Most people won't feel it unless they really become introspective enough, right? Really learn how to quiet their own mind so that they can meditate on this stuff.
But now I'm going to touch on the topic that you're going to tell me off, which is...
No, don't. Just stay with me because I'm not done here. Okay, so now I've added something to this 3-finger grip because it's, well, where's the fulcrum? And well, is it a 3-finger foot? There's this 3-finger grip. It seems to make contact in the middle finger. It makes contact for me in the middle finger first, and then rolls forward. But you can feel the stick moving around the thumb. Now I want you to focus on that. Do that. Feel it moving on the thumb. Flat. See, feel it rocking around the flat of the thumb, but feel it land in the middle finger first, and just maintain that 3-finger grip. That's working. There. That's the feeling. It's also subtle. It's like, I don't feel anything. What's the big deal? Can I do something so I know it's right? No, you can't. You have to believe that that's giving you rebounds without pulling with your fingers. Because if you start to pull with your fingers, here's what happens. The fulcrum, now the fulcrum moves to the first finger and thumb.
Exactly.
And we're creating force not from the wrist over a 3-finger grip, a very narrow fulcrum, but now we're using the fingers for force. And when you're doing this, how are you going to throw? It doesn't feel like you can throw. It doesn't feel like you can throw. The way you get an accent is by pulling with your fingers now. So that technique, which you can use, doesn't involve throwing. Right? This This kind of grip feels like you can move. See, it can move. Down, up, down. That's why this technique is pretty cool, because now we're like a violin, we can play notes going in both directions. Imagine that. Most drummers only go in one direction. This technique introduces that. Now, we've got this reboundy thing, and you wanted to take it to singles. So now you're going to play some singles. That's it. Now you're going to play singles. You're going to play singles like this. A nice wrist turn. We're coming up about where we come up to make a throw. Oh, sorry, to make a big turn for what we don't have to come up that high, but we've been coming up to here to get multiple rebounds. And now we're just going to play singles. And then we're going to let it bounce. Play singles. Now let it bounce. Yeah, pretty good, man. See? That's what you watch what your baby finger's doing. Don't start doing anything weird back there. It's just along the side of the stick. Stay palm down. Yeah, you see? That's the feeling you want. And once you start to get that, speeding up it's just this over and over. Over and over. Let it bounce. Let it bounce. Oh, almost. Okay. I'll give you that as an exercise. Yeah? Because you're fine. It's a matter of really just coming to terms with the fact that that's what it is. And so as you go to practice and go faster and faster, you always have to keep that in mind and prove to yourself that things are working. Because, what is it? Wasn't it? Who was it that said it? Maybe it was Armstrong who said, when it feels right, it is right. You know, Louis knows what he's talking about. When it sounds right, it is right. And when it feels right, right? Because you can feel that, and you can feel the stick. You got 6 rebounds just turning once. And it becomes a lot less mysterious.
But yeah, it's interesting how my right, I can really isolate the wrist when I'm playing singles versus this one. When it starts getting up, I start seeing like my forearm trying to compensate instead of just using the wrist solely, right?
There you go. There's a perfect example of what I was talking about. Because you didn't do this, did you? You know, you can play. You can go arms and shoulders and let it up, but you're not doing this. Watch.
Correct.
You're turning your wrist.
I did it for many, many years, right?
So once you start to feel that, and there's no time to move your arm, it becomes very difficult to move your arm. Okay? So
but I used to do it for a long time.
Well, if you're saying that you're trying to rid yourself of certain built-in bad habits, I totally get it. Yeah. You have to reorganize. You have to create new engrams, right? Change the contour of your brain. And if you keep changing your approach, it's hard to do that. Or you get all these scattered engrams until you finally go, oh, and then an engram forms. And then when you're not feeling this, the old enneagram says, wait a minute, this isn't what I know it should be. I'm not feeling it, I'm not hearing it, and I'm not seeing it. So that was pretty good. Okay, so go ahead. You have more, but we can make this
I have to,
a discussion on technique. We'll get to some playing, but go ahead.
What about, and I know you're not going to like me, but what about the squeeze and release?
Well, but just doing that, you'll suddenly realize that it's working. You don't even need to think about it.
You're going to say that.
True, and perhaps as we go along, I can point it out. But if you can't maintain this, you won't feel it. So I'll travel certain paths with you, right? Okay. But we just covered a bunch of stuff intellectually. Now I want to put this into practicum.
Sure.
And can you maintain this concept while performing? That's what the feedback library does. It tests us, right? And so I had you at 76. The simple stuff, just throwing for 2 per click. Da-da, 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 da-da. Now I know, this all sounds really simple, but we really have to, in the beginning, once you start to feel it, after a while, you think about it less and less, although forever you're going to run system checks. So if the metronome is here, just go ahead and play, put your metronome on. Now, I want you to listen, because remember, you have feel. We can put them in any order, but feel. Dick Wilson used to say, you won't be able to, talking about the mirror to Murray, he loved telling this story, because he went and had the Murray studio lined with floor-to-ceiling mirrors. And Murray said, oh, that's great, Richard, I really dig that. I don't think Murray called him Dick, but I could be wrong. It's interesting. And as he walked away, he said, until you feel it, you won't be able to see it. And Murray turned around and said, you're right. Okay, so we really do need to feel this, right? But we can see certain things and we can hear certain things, and you're not, So here's what you need to listen for now. To see what we were just doing with this didn't translate. Not really. Close. Okay, so let's take it apart. I heard this. And I want listen how open those phrases. We're not trying to play doubles. I just first started you off at ba da ba da 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 da. See, it's there. Da 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 da.
Okay.
That tells me you're doing something. You're clutching, or you're not requesting from yourself. Maybe your grip is right. You're just not asking for bouncy, open rebounds where the stick can sing because you're not crushing it. Be better. Go ahead and play multiple rebounds in either hand, but you got to play that first. You can't stop. You have to go right into it to see if it's working. Right.
So you want double? And then multiple rebounds. Good.
Now play doubles. Okay. more open, isn't it? The stick really has a chance to. It really has a chance to do that without doing anything. You see it pop up, and you don't have to do anything. Just that 3-finger grip, the other fingers along the side, and all you do is you think, I want more open notes.
Yeah.
And now what if we went like this?
No throw, is that it?
Now I'm not throwing. Good, good. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to play da 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 da. Tick, click, click, da 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 da, click, click. There'll be quarter note triplets as doubles. So go ahead, metronome stays at 76. And let's see what happens. No, you're still playing quarter notes.
Okay, so you want me? I thought you just. Do you want me to go straight into triplets?
I just want you to, right now, I want you to play quarter note triples. Just stop, take a breath, now play quarter note triples. Just for now.
One and the two. One and the two and the three and the four and one and the two and the three and the four and the
So I'm hearing too much of this. I want 1, let's see, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1. Don't play. The first note isn't that much dramatically louder.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to raise now. Prove you can really make a throw. You really do this? Okay, what's going on? Now, why can't you? It almost sounds like doubles. Da 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 da. It's not really raising. Raising. Just do this with me. Yeah, you want to raise. You want to raise. What you're feeling is you're feeling some of the you're feeling this. Remember, we proved that this was a wrist turn, that this could work because you can do this, right? So we have this. See this? Stay with me now. See this kind of look at the trajectory. Now you're going to look because I'm playing, so you're not going to feel it. You're just going to look. right? And so there's going to be some of that in there. See? You see it? You can really see it. You can see this here. So it's a wrist turn. 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 It's that simple. That's it right there. But you want to let it go and come on up. You're just going to just follow this up. Just do this with me. Your throats have been pretty good, but now we're just going to challenge any constipation that's going on in the arm. And this is what Dick would grab your stick sometimes, and he'd do this. So how far are we going to go up? We're going to go up. We're going to go up to here. Right up to my sleeve. Oh no, it won't work because I'm about to. Right up to the. You see the artwork behind me? Right up to where the painting actually begins, somewhere about there. Okay, for you, how are you going to memorize it? Somewhere in between the two bolts. Okay, there, your hi-hat. Or whatever that is, might be a ride. It looks like a hi-hat. Yeah, right to there. Okay, so how are we just going to get up to here? 3-finger grip. Yeah, there. Okay. Now once you get up to here, all you want to do is just leave everything loose. And it's your wrist. You see the wrist is turning. And you're going to get up to here with your 3-finger grip. And you're going to think about this part of it that I showed you. So that you're going to feel that. Not bad. Okay, just lead with your elbow. It just comes up. And then you get that. Now let that rebound over that 3-finger grip. Okay. All right. So you're just going to do 2 of those now.
Oh, 2, sorry.
Now you feel more, now it seems more free. More free. We can play down in here. We can play small. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and without really adding much more force, just by simply turning or throwing, we're turning higher, we're making a bigger motion, we're keeping this 3-finger grip. I mean, it gets louder without a lot of effort. It's nice and relaxed, okay? Because height of turn,
Volume, yeah.
throw, which is a turn, gives you volume. Okay, so again, 76.
So what are notes of triplets?
Yeah, quarter note triplets. That's where we are right now. Trying to get a bigger throw. 3-finger grip. 3-finger grip. Get it open, let it bounce. It pops up when it hits the surface. Now play multiple rebounds. Good. Not bad, you weren't quite at the floor. A little bend forward, but it will. Watch. I have to be able to prove this stuff. And a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and See, there wasn't a lot of closure. It barely comes up. Oh. Okay. Very, very tiny. So what we don't want is that tells me you're, look, I have a 3-finger grip, everything you tasked me to do. But look, you landed a little open. So then everything has to close. We don't do anything. We don't want to do a darn thing.
I see what you mean. Yeah. You're right.
So you look for that. Oh. Oh, okay. You have to add that into your catalog. Catalog of Ralph. Cool. Now that would be a cool book. You could just write down all these cool things you'd think about. No one would really be able to put them together. Marie would say, I need to be there, but it couldn't hurt. Okay. All right. So now we're going to go to play 8th notes. 76, trombones. I played in a band called The Big Parade. It was a cool name. Yeah, already, how's your grip looking? For me, once this became connected, sometimes before I play, I would do this, and I would do this. Because that's how it's gonna feel. Okay, here you go. See? Singles are already more solid, aren't they? Remember, it lands in the middle finger first. It's gonna rock through that entire 3-finger construct, and you're gonna feel it moving around the thumb. All this stuff will never go away. It's my fault. I don't want to jump ahead quite yet. So you're at 76. Let's just continue with quarter note triplets. Only this time, and doubles, rebound. Only now, instead of throwing, 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, you said you like that end of my tune. Dun 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 dun. So you want it's in 6/4. Okay. You could start with that and build on that. No, going da 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 da. You got to keep it open now. Means something's not quite. It's going to land on the middle finger. It's going to rock around the thumb. 4th and 5th, just alongside. And a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And that 2 and a 3 and that 4 and a 1. That 2 and a 3 and that 4.
Good 7 stroke.
And 3 and that
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But you lost the quality, the character of what you had going before you went into your role. And your turns are a little smaller. This turn.
Oh, just that.
Change the experiment. So first you're going to feel that you want to feel the doubles. And all the things we just talked about. Look. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1. And then you're going to start to go into, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, you maintain your turn. We were here somewhere. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go throwing your fingers open for it. All you have to do is what I'm telling you. That's what fools people. Turn just a little higher, because I suspect that it scares you to turn a little higher, so I'm going to ask you to do it. Okay, go the other way. Up a little more so I can see that you can get up to your hi-hat if I asked you to. Not with the arm, just leave your wrist. You need to make that whole dramatic thing, but just yeah. Remember, we're trying to feel this, aren't we? We're trying to feel this in the throw. Go both ways. Length of your turn. Don't lose the height of your turn. Don't make it an upstroke. It's not, you've changed it. Haven't you? Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah, you changed it, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plenty of time. See, I'm not making that an upstroke right now. Come on, don't lose the height of your turn for your 3-finger grip thingamajiggy. It's helping you prove to yourself that you're feeling it. So are you all right? So are you more open on the doubles, or than you are for the accent? Go ahead and play and think about that. Got to have the turn after you make your accent. You more open for the double than you are for the accent?
It's roughly the same, really.
You thought it was a trick question. You were going to answer in a way that I go, there you go. But no, it's not what I'm feeling. Watch. Here, play this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 11-stroke roll. 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on, lose the height of your turn and your 3-finger grip for the doubles. Come on, don't lose your turn. Right there. For me, as you become more and more familiar and more pardon me, and more in touch with what's actually going on and what you're feeling. For me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. I keep singing that tune, because I like to put it to music. Okay, so we've just got this thing happening. Oops. Watch. See, it's so subtle that you'll muck a guy up if you start to talk about certain things. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything, and just because it was working, but let's really try to identify what's happening, because it'll perhaps answer a question that I know you have. So we're Look how open my hand is here. I'm talking about my right hand. Look how close it is. Doesn't it? And then, look. These are nice and open. You see slow doubles? Look. I'm not throwing open and closing. I'm just nice and relaxed. It feels quite open to me. That's what I meant. They would go into crescendo strokes and just have a 3-finger grip. So 1, nice and open. Try to notice. Or if it's not actually happening and they feel the same, you're not, something's wrong. Now, I want you to turn up though. I don't want you to lose. You keep losing, you keep changing your experiment. And I want you to continue turning. We're turning for doubles. You know, turning somewhere here, right? Okay, so just do this with me. Remember, just have two of them. Just the first two. Listen. Ba da 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 da. 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 Oh, da 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 da. Ba da 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 da. Ba da da. It's the first two. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da da 3 da da da. 1 2 3 4 da da. 1 2 3 4 5 da. 1 2 3 4 5 6. There you go. The first two. So you're going to turn as high as you did for 6. Just get 2. Da da. Da. First two should be the same speed. Da 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 da. 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 Da 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 da. There's always 6 available. Come on, da 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 in time. Da 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 da. Now you raise and make a throw, and do that twice. Throw. Okay, no, I want you to throw for 1 note. Back to da 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 da. Come on, you had it. Now you're going to raise and make a throw and go back to doing that. Come on. There, back to da da. It's like a roll stroke. I'm just taking one hand. Two of the turns, the 2 of the da das, and a throw. Throw. There's 2 of them. Now you got to change your wrist turn. You got to turn your wrist. There you go. Nice open 3-finger grip. Doesn't that? No, come on. Doesn't the hand have some of this going on? See, that's how the bead. Watch. Watch. See, it stops slow because the hand does this. Just raise. Yeah, if I'm doing this, look how open I am. I'm just nice and open. It's sitting there. And I go up. If I keep it that open, I'd get 2 notes. I'm letting the hand close. Yeah. Now do this. Tap, throw, tap, throw, tap, throw. Remember, we're just trying to feel this part of it. Tap, parallel thing we've been working on. Throw, tap, throw, tap, throw. Oh, your stick is bouncing all over the place when you land. It's not solid. See, that's what's happening. And for me, it's not bad. It's just do this. Just do this. It stops down every time. Right? We want to feel some of this in the throw. And if you're a little more open, that'll happen naturally. See, that's why you want to be careful. But mine's more soft. I really just do this. See how solid that is? Nice. Boom. I'm not working hard. It's almost gravity. Almost could be. There you go. That kind of feeling. Because I believe that can turn into rebounds. Go ahead and let that rebound. No, 6 notes. Now just play singles, knowing that that could happen, feeling that in your body. Come on, 1 note. It's not gonna bounce now. And you gotta keep turning. There. See, that's the feeling. There. See? Now you're going some of that feeling when you just come up and make a throw. Come on up and make a throw. There. Whack. There. Hands a little more closed. When you go up, there's a slight opening. Now play 2 notes. Now we're not gonna, now we don't need to, let's see. Now make a throw, and when you come down, you're looking for this, and it should feel as though the hand has done some of this. Okay, now just, good. Now just do this, Let's see. Remember, we're moving around a fixed point in the universe. So just feel this. Bending forward. Okay. And then allowing the hand to close. There. More close, isn't it? There. Whack. Now for just a regular wrist turn, I'm not feeling that. I'm just feeling that.
I see.
Okay? Right. And what do you think that would be called? What do you want to call this? What do you want to call going from this? Let's see.
Right, the squeeze and release, right?
That's a great name. We should write that down. We want to catalog that. Not really quite set up. Establish my lap. There it is. See, can you less? It's just going up, 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 up. See, open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close. In the left.
So the release bit, I get it. The squeeze bit. Does the middle finger have any impact on thrusting the stick, or that's not what you're referring to?
I don't know. I'm not thinking that way. No, I'm really not. I'm just coming up, and I just notice. Watch. See, this is born out of what's really happening, I believe. Right? If we're truly feeling, this. See, it's just doing this. See how I'm really open. I feel very open. And so when I go to do that, I feel more closed.
I see.
Yeah. And
do it again now.
That's what I feel. Am I trying to throw? No, I'm not trying to do anything. All I'm doing is feeling what this feels like. Okay, and I'm going through my idiot check. There it is. You can really feel this, and it just bounces. And look how open I am. I'm going to put my ring finger back alongside of the stick. It's always doing,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm so open. And if I land open like that, Dick would say to get rebounds, you land open, and so I would open my fingers because I didn't know what I was doing. But see, you're just got this 3-finger grip. Look how open this looks. Now look how positioning of the hand changes when I do this. Look, open, I'm open, and then I'm closed. Open, close, open, close. Open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close, okay, done. You can say as fast as you can squeeze and release is as fast as you can go. You say that, and then you make a big deal out of squeeze and release, and you never feel that. So you never have anything to squeeze because you're squeezing all the time, or who knows what you're doing. So it's that simple. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Okay, so now let's put it to the test one more time. And now you're going to put the metronome on it, 76. You know what they call a lady on the arm of a trombone player? A tattoo. Sorry, guys. Amazing trombone player. I love that instrument. Okay, go for it.
So what do you wish me to do?
Now we're going to play 8th notes.
8th note? With throw or without throw?
Well, why don't we've been starting with the throw, so let's start with the throw. That's where this I've added now, not throwing, for now the throw. And listen to the metronome, listen to yourself. Feel this. Now go to singles, not throwing. Are we really in time? I'm watching the light on your metronome. Just doing this. What? So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 11 stroke roll. Oh, I'm open, not because I decided I'm going to be open, but this concept, feeling, which feels open. And then you get the beat to stop down for a big accent, so it doesn't go like this. It doesn't go boing, boing. It goes ah. Oh, no, you lost it. Now you're digging in. I just want you to turn nice and high. Oh, just the height of turn. Higher. Turn. Well, you did this, didn't you? To here. Remember, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's that feeling. It's that feeling. Oh, it bounced up. It bounced up. It went boom. Yeah, it went boom. It went up just like that. Oh, little bouncing up. What it really should do is stop. Right here. Here. Come on. You're all over this. This is really. I didn't have this stuff for years, Raf. Okay. So
it's hard to go from this bounce a lot to then, you know, it's a lot to think, but this is the point.
Remember, you just want to feel this. You want to feel this. There. That does this. Watch, just do this with me. Spend one more second on this. Do just a lot, right? And then we're just going to close. Perfect. Like that. The forearm seems to even be up. Then it does that. Yeah. Feel it? Oh, look, you're up for the top of your throw. Kind of. You could just toe up a little more, and then it would do that. Almost. Yeah. Just do this again. Right? We're moving around that fixed point in the universe. There, like that, and then you're going to close. There. That could be a downstroke. That's the downstroke where the bead doesn't come up, where we're moving around. That's another kind of watch. So if I want watch, so I've got this, right? All the fingers have opened and then they close. And now if I want to make a little flick, that doesn't go away. So it's just a little different. Yeah, you just flick as that happens. No, you have to flick as it comes. Almost don't try to this. Did you try to do that when you went like this? No. When you don't need to. It's not. That's like a martial arts kind of thing, which I've heard martial artists that are drummers talk about this stuff. So, no, just do this. Just get this feeling. Let's get this feeling. Now, it's so subtle. Watch. See, it doesn't look like I'm going like this. Look how smooth this is. I'm just going to make a gentle. It's very gentle. It goes here. Okay, let's do it together, nice and slow. Okay, as we come down, we're going to bring the tips of the fingers up towards the ceiling. Forearms coming down. A little more down, more down. Now we're going to start to follow through right before the forearms, right like that. And your hands close.
I see.
No, don't rush this coming down too soon. The wrist will catch up right at the end and they'll land together. So it'll feel like a regular wrist string. Go on. Not bad. Right. You're going to have to work on now it's up to you. But oh no, I didn't like that. I don't know what that was. Almost. Don't rush this part of it. Don't. There. It flicks without doing anything. And the body's working as it naturally would. Now go back to just around the fixed point in the universe where you're not doing that. Right? This comes up and down and up, and now we're going to come up a little as we, and look, the timing of the arm isn't changing. Up and down, up, and motion without lifting the bead towards not cocking. Now we're not really cocking the wrists, are we? Maybe we would call this cocking. No, it's got to be smooth. There.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
You're feeling it, dude. Okay, I like to end on a positive, high note. Yeah, just play with that stuff. That was Dick Wilson.
Actually, I think this is very useful just to do this.
I know, and you'll find, and be careful because I'm sure it's just as dangerous on the roads in the UK as it is here in LA. Like the killing fields down here in San Fernando Valley. And watch. So you'll be driving along, minding the road, but you can just do this.
Well, I'm cycling, so I can do that.
And there you go. Turning it off.